Connect an agent to an existing MCP server.
Think of an AI agent, kind of like a front desk worker at a bank. And the MCP server? Well, that's the secure back office vault holding all the actual customer data. Before your front desk worker can safely waltz into that vault to grab answers for a customer, you've got to establish a registered, secure handshake between them. In Copilot Studio, this simply means registering the connection, so your agent knows exactly how and where to talk to your existing backend systems. Now, for the AB 620 exam, understanding how to configure this connection correctly is absolutely foundational. So let's look at exactly where you set this up in the interface.
To make this connection happen, you'll use the MCP onboarding wizard. You access this directly from your agent's tools page by just clicking Add a Tool, and then Model Context Protocol. Once you pop this wizard open, it's going to guide you through 3 mandatory fields right off the bat, way before you even touch authentication. You need a server name, a server description, and a server URL. Knowing how to navigate to this exact screen and identifying these 3 required fields, that is a core objective you will definitely be tested on. Okay, let's break down exactly what goes into the name and the URL fields.
So the first 2 fields are actually pretty straightforward. They basically function as a simple label and a digital address. The server name is, well, just an internal label for you, the maker. For instance, the IT team over at Woodgrove Bank might just name it something like Woodgrove Core, MCP server, just so they can easily spot it in their giant list of tools. It's never actually shown to the end user. The server URL, on the other hand, is the exact secure web address. We call this the HTTPS endpoint. This tells Copilot Studio exactly where to send its requests using a standard protocol called streamable HTTP. But here's the thing. While the name and the URL get the agent to the front door, the description dictates if the agent even bothers knocking in the first place.
The server description carries the absolute most weight in this entire setup. I want you to think of it less like a casual sticky note on a file cabinet and much more like a strict set of routing instructions for a dispatcher. In Copilot Studio, the agent's orchestrator, basically the agent's brain, reads this description at runtime to decide if this specific server is actually relevant to whatever the user is asking. If you write a super vague rule, something like Enterprise MCP server for banking systems, the orchestrator is just left guessing, which totally results in poor routing. But if you write a really precise rule, like Woodgrove Bank Detailing provides tools for account lookup, loan queries, and customer records, well, the orchestrator knows exactly when to trigger it. For the AB 620 exam, write this down. The description is a runtime routing rule. It is not just a label. Next up, we really need to talk about how the data actually travels back and forth.
Copilot Studio relies on very specific transport protocols to move your data around. And listen, there is a major exam pitfall to watch out for here when it comes to older systems. Before August 2025, you might run into older server setups that use a transport type called SSE, or Server Sent Events. However, after August 2025, SSE is entirely deprecated. It is completely unsupported in Copilot Studio. Moving forward, streamable HTTP is the only supported standard. If you try to connect an agent to an older server that's still using SSE, the connection is going to flat out fail, and you'll literally have to coordinate with your server owner to migrate to streamable HTTP first. Now, this manual configuration is absolutely critical for custom servers, but what if you just want to connect to an existing Microsoft service?
Well, for a lot of standard Microsoft services, you can actually skip the manual setup entirely by just using the pre-built Microsoft catalog. Imagine buying a piece of furniture that comes fully assembled, right? Versus one you have to build yourself with a huge, confusing manual. By going to the Tools page and selecting the Model Context Protocol catalog, you can simply pick a pre-built connector, like WorkIQ, to instantly access your Microsoft 365 data. All you do is provide your authorization credentials, and Microsoft automatically handles all of the endpoint routing right behind the scenes. It's honestly a huge relief because there are absolutely 0 endpoints for you to configure. Let's quickly compare these 2 paths to really solidify this for the exam.
When you're finally sitting down for that AB 620 exam, you absolutely must be able to clearly distinguish between these 2 architectural choices. The custom AMCP path, that requires you to use the onboarding wizard, manually configure the streamable HTTP endpoint, and very carefully write out that routing description to guide the orchestrator. It gives you total control over your proprietary systems. On the right, though, the pre-built AMCP path through the catalog is fully Microsoft managed. It requires minimal setup and absolutely no endpoint knowledge on your part. Now, both paths securely connect your agent to some really powerful tools. But the question you need to ask yourself as an architect is this: when does the need for total, custom control actually outweigh the safety and incredible speed of a pre-built connection?